for your audience, followers, and fans. My name is John Moss, and I'm the Marketing and Communications Manager at Earthbound Media Group. Just want to take a couple minutes before we get started, address a few frequently asked questions, give an introduction of our company, and also introduce today's speaker. A few quick facts about our webinars. There will be a short Q&A at the end, so feel free to ask questions throughout via the comments feature board. We will be recording the webinar, and we'll be sending it out via a link, typically 2 to 3 days after the webinar. So be on the lookout for that either later this week or early next week. Also in the link, you can check out our website to view past webinars and other white papers and content that we have there. And if you're looking for a PDF of the slides, that will be available upon request. Just send me an email and I can send that over to you. I'll give you a quick overview about Earthbound Media Group. We are a full-service marketing interactive agency headquartered in Orange County, California. We were established in 1999, and some of our clients include State Farm, 20th Century Fox, Banner Health, Scottrade, NBC Universal, Harrah's Entertainment, University of Southern California. So really a diversity of clients across all industries. We work within marketing and promotion, so things like social media marketing, including social media content tactics, such as you're about to hear today, search engine marketing, video and interactive experiences, and things that fall under web and technology, such as web redevelopment, widgets and applications, and CMS implementations. Your speaker today is Elliot Darvik. He's our manager of online marketing and social media here at EMG. He has an extensive social media marketing background, working with a multitude of clients across different industries, helping them develop and implement social media strategies and campaigns. And today we'll be talking to you about how you can use social media content to engage your audience in a variety of ways and some of the benefits and rewards to developing really great content for your audience. So without further ado, I'll hand things off to Elliot and let him get started.
Hey, thank you, John. Really appreciate it, and thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. I want to start off with 3 items just to set the context for this webinar, and I guess you could say these were items that really inspired me to create this as well. The first item is a statistic. 5 billion pieces of content are shared each week on Facebook. This is amazing to me, and the reason I found this inspiring, and one of the reasons I want to use this to set the context, is to make the point that social networks are as much a destination for finding content as they are a place of conversation. You always talk about social networks as a way to interact with each other, connect with each other, but I want to make the point that people are going to their social networks to find information that matters to them, to surface information. 5 billion pieces of content, that just really stood out to me, and brands are increasingly becoming a part of contributing that content. And I put here 2 screen captures. One, kind of what Facebook's, what their slogan was when they launched. It was about connecting people through social networks, and now they've really changed it to connecting people. Facebook helps you connect and share with people in your life. So it's really as much a destination for finding content as it is about conversation. The second thing that I wanted to use to set the context was a graph. And this was a graph on the primary reason that U.S. Internet users are fans of a brand on Facebook. And the first one wasn't too much of a surprise, to receive discounts and promotions, right, 25%. But then I started looking at reasons number 2 through 6. I'm a customer of the company, to show others that I support this brand. It's fun and entertaining, right? I'm a fan because I want to be the first to know information about the brand. I'd like to gain access to exclusive content. When I see these different reasons, right, when I see I'm a customer of a company, I'm thinking to myself, what keeps your brand top of mind, right? If someone's a customer of your company and they're a fan of your brand, what are you publishing to keep them top of mind? If someone is a fan of your brand on Facebook because they support you, right? They like or support the brand, what are you providing them to assist in their advocacy? If they're coming to you because they're looking to be entertained, what is it you're providing them that will engage them in a fun manner? What kind of information are you providing them? If they're looking for exclusive content, where does that content come from? And the theme I see over and over again is a need for content, right? What is the content that will keep your brand top of mind if your audience is made up of customers? If people are coming to you, they're a part of your community because they want to support your brand, they're showing your support, What are you providing them in terms of content to assist them in the advocacy? I just see a theme for content over and over again. And the final thing that was an inspiration for me to come up with this webinar and set the context was a quote from Brian Solis. So he wrote an excellent article called Why Brands Are Becoming Media. I really suggest everyone read this. And I want to read this quote. It says, one of the greatest challenges I encounter today is not the willingness of a brand to engage, but its ability to create. When blueprinting a social media strategy, enthusiasm and support typically derails when examining the resources and commitment required to produce regular content. I found that that really spoke to me because I've heard this over and over again from our own clients. Coming up with content is difficult. It takes resources. It takes creativity. And adapting social media channels, for the first time, some brands are finding themselves in the position to have to create content. For me, I come from a content background. I've written for multiple publications. I developed content for a major consumer website. I was in radio for a couple years. Content comes naturally to me. Even for EMG, as an agency, we started off creating video promotions. Content comes naturally. But we realized for brands, producing regular content can be difficult in understanding what the implications of that are. And so with that, I want to get into 3 things I'd like you to walk away with from this webinar. 1, what does it mean for a brand to be a publisher? 2, how the content you publish can benefit your brand. And 3, I'd like this to be practical guidance for creating your own content. I want to give you some ideas for coming up with content, cost-effective ideas, and how to set the structure of your organization to create content. So what does it mean for a brand to be a publisher? So I first want to address the choice of the word publishing in the title of this webinar, publishing to social networks. Publishing really seems to stand in contrast to the whole notion of what a social network is. Social networks are all about conversation, dialogue, interaction, right? Publishing, it implies pushing out, not conversing with. Publishing as a word sounds archaic, and I use this image of a printing press, right? Magazines are published. Newspapers are published. Magazines about newspapers are published, right? But social networks need conversation catalysts. They need someone to publish content, because conversations are dependent on content. And to publish is to proactively engage, right? This is another way of engaging with the audience, is to come up with content and to publish. And as as I touched on briefly before, social networks have a massive appetite for content, and brands are becoming a part of delivering that content. And the choice of the word publishing was deliberate on my part. Why didn't I just call the webinar Posting to Social Networks? It's because publishing goes beyond just promotions and discounts and talking about sales. Publishing, the word, it implies planning and research and strategy. Publishing implies creativity and original ideas. And I really feel brands need to embrace their role as publishers. And with that, you are a publisher. You own the channel, right? If I have a fan page or a Twitter account, or I'm publishing a YouTube channel, right? These are my channels. I'm publishing to them. It's this whole notion of, we're, as marketers, used to dealing in paid media channels, where we create the message and we pay someone else to deliver it. All of a sudden, we're owning these channels. We're in charge of publishing out. And being publisher is knowing how to build your brand through content valuable to an audience. That's the big difference between me, marketing, and publishing. It's about coming up with content that your audience finds valuable. It's not necessarily just about pushing out your message to them. It's about how do you figure out how to wrap your message around content that they'll find of value. And it's about creatively adapting to your audience's responses to that content that you're publishing out.